Okay, I'm going to show you some editing techniques in Camera Raw for on-image editing. On your Tools panel, you have your Target Adjustment tool. This allows you to work with your parametric curves, your hue, saturation, luminance, and grayscale mix. When you click on the parametric curve, the first one that's on the top, you're able to work with your highlights, your lights, your darks, and your shadow areas directly on the image itself. So if there's some area in the image, such as this dark shadow here, and you want to make that darker, you can click on the image directly and move that down or up. And as you look at the curves, you notice that it's affecting that area. Same thing with the light values here. So the light of brightness of this area here, you can then move this in one way or the other to affect that particular image. So you can move throughout the image to adjust each of those highlights, lights, darks, and shadowed areas. Hue Adjustments panel allows you to work with the HSL adjustments, so that's your hue, saturation, and luminance. So you could directly adjust the actual color value and change those color hues. So for instance, this red, we can move this more towards the orange, directly affecting that. Same thing with the blue right here. If I just drag this down, it becomes more of a aqua than a blue. I can go the opposite direction here and drag this up to make that blue darker. Same thing applies for working with the saturation. This is the intensity or vibrancy of the color. So we can then maybe reduce the intensity of this red a little bit, bringing that down. We can increase the yellow in this section here. We can also maybe increase the blue in this section here as well. So we can directly affect the colors of the image directly. Same thing with luminance. We actually work with the brightness of the adjustment of the image. You want to rotate it up, or you could even go to the side to increase, and it adjusts those individual colors. We can then work with changing the image into a grayscale. This is where grayscale mix applies. We're still in the HSL adjustment panel. It just converts it directly into the grayscale. Then in the image itself, we can then adjust those areas. So if we forget which area is in our orange, we can just simply click on here and then drag that in one direction or the other to make it lighter or darker. We can move over towards the blue area here, and it affects those blue sections there. So the on-image target adjustments tool is a great way to work directly from your image and edit them in those multiple ways.